These are the steps to set up an essay-style question within Canvas New Quizzes that will mimic the equation editor for STAAR 2.0. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the blue plus button and I'm going to select an essay-style question. For our essay-style question, there are two areas that we can add text. The first part is the question title. This is optional to add information here, but it's great to add the standard or the topic that this question is over because you can always reuse these questions in the future and it's easy to grab by the title name that's on here. The second part is going to be where you enter your question or your prompt. So this is like your question stem for your students. I'm going to go ahead and add some material here, and then I'll explain how I added my material and what are some of the options we have in this question style. I've now added my question title and my question stem. This is an example from algebra. So in here you will see some formula that is created using the MathQuill function. And on here it now allows me to have a formula that will look similar to what students will see on a STAAR exam for the way the math problem will actually look. So it won't be just handwritten and have those mistakes. So I also went ahead and told students, because this is a newer function for them, that they're going to use the MathQuill feature, and I added a little image. So I took a screenshot of what our MathQuill tool looks like, that they'll use this feature within their toolbar to correctly type their equation. And so what this means is under my options, I want to make sure that I have my rich content editor checked, because that is going to be this box that students will see, and they will have this MathQuill to be able to type their equations the way they need to, rather than just trying to use symbols. And this will most like mimic those STAAR 2.0 questions, even though on the STAAR Cambium practice test, they're not necessarily having to click to open this feature. They will get used to at least clicking the different tools to know when I need to use a subscript, when I need to use a fraction, different features like that. We can find them within the MathQuill. So again, it's just getting them to practice. You do have some other options here, such as showing word count or setting word limit. We use those more for the ECR and SERs, but they are here if you need them. You can also add grading notes, so you could actually put your correct answer here if you would like, so that you know what the correct answer is when you are grading, because this is going to be a manually graded question. And then you always have the options to align to outcomes or item bank and save this question for later. I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then we're going to look at what this question will look like for students. So again, you can see that the weird formula that was on my text box for my question stem has now turned into an actual math function or equation, and students will see that when they're looking at it. So I'm going to go ahead and click preview. So from our student view, this is what our students will see. Here is their question, and then it tells them to enter in the space provided, starting with our fx equals, and then also gives them that MathQuill feature. So as a student, when I click into this box, yes, I'd be able to type into this box, but if we continue to practice with them, they will click on the MathQuill. They will now get their toolbar in here, and they are able to type their answer the way they need to. So for instance, this is x, and then it is squared plus 8x minus 2. And again, I told them to make sure that they started with that fx equals. And if they forget to do that, that is okay. But as a grader, it allows them to, you can see that and be able to grade that through SpeedGrader. But again, it's just getting them to practice using these different tools so that they know how to build these equations. Again, for them, it's going to show up as a weird type of formula, but as soon as they submit on the teacher end, you will see the formula the way that they typed it.